And we're live. Fantastic. Very excited about tonight's masterclass, right? This will be the first masterclass that I've given here at Body Well Group in almost 20 years. Now, 20 years ago, guess what? I was giving the exact same masterclass, and it's one of my absolute favorite classes to share. We're talking about an adjustment for life, right? How to optimize your adjustments and your exercises to ensure that you get the most value for what it is that you're doing and investing into your health, right? And tonight we are joined by literally dozens of wellness warriors who are fighting to optimize their health and to regain their vitality, right? And being able to invest into a process of invigorating your body, optimizing your spine, making sure that your nerve system is functioning at its very best. That's what we're all about here at the Body Well Group. So I know that many of you have heard Dr. Christian talk about a topic called rhythm, right? And what is rhythm? Rhythm is the way that our body predicts something that's going to happen very soon, right? The research that goes on involving rhythm dates way, way back. There were psychiatrists that were working with dogs, right? And this particular psychiatrist realized that if he rang a bell before feeding the dogs, and he continued to do that over a period of time, that when he would simply ring the bell, the dogs would begin to salivate and produce the gastric juices necessary for digestion, right? So the dogs were able to predict what was going to come next simply by a preceding activity, right? Now, how does that apply to our adjustments? How does that apply to our exercises? Well, the answer is really quite simple. I want you to think about this for just a moment. Part of the process of correcting our spine, correcting our nerve system, it's the benefit of that is the reduction of stress, right? Now, many people may have experienced that when our stress is elevated, those shoulders are coming up into your earlobes, the muscles in your body become tense and aggravated. And in fact, doing normal day-to-day activities become more than just a little bit challenging, right? Well, the truth is, when you come in to get an adjustment, right, if you're still carrying all of that stress, are you really getting the maximum benefit that you could from that adjustment? The answer is no, right? However, if you can get your body into a rhythm where it's predicting that adjustment is going to occur soon, guess what happens to your stress levels? Right? Your shoulders begin to relax, the muscles of your spine begin to relax, and it allows you to receive that adjustment significantly easier, right? Much less force is needed in order to get the spine to align properly and for your nerve system to be functioning at its very best, right? So how do we do that? How do we set that up? Well, the truth is, the best time to actually start your adjustment is the moment that you get in the car on your way to the office, right? To start by deep breathing, right? Taking some deep breaths, some cleansing breaths to help your muscles begin to relax, right? Now, you can also, if you enjoy listening to some soft music, right, turn on some of your favorite tunes, as long as they're a relaxing type of music. We don't want the type of music that'll get you all jazzed up and fired up, because we're wanting the body to relax, right? You can also begin visualizing your adjustment. So if you know that you have forward head posture, begin visualizing that your head is coming back into its normal posture, right? If you know that your rib cage is shifted, you can begin visualizing in your mind that your posture is shifting into its mirror image, right? To correct that particular problem, right? So when you arrive to the office, right, Oftentimes I understand we're in a rush and we want to boom, get in there and get our adjustment and get going. I would say take a few minutes and relax yourself, because sometimes just the drive to the office, you know, you run into some traffic, you got some people shouting at you or honking their horn. Well, that can elevate your stress too. So calm yourself, right? Take a few moments, you know, come back to our hydration center, get a drink, you know, have a sip of tea, let yourself calm down, take some additional deep breaths. All of those activities that are leading up to your adjustment, right, that are helping your body become more relaxed, eventually they'll act just like that bell for the dogs. Ring the bell, get the food. Ring the bell, get the food, right? We take those activities, and as we do them regularly, our body will begin to become more relaxed in preparation for your adjustment. Now it's time for you to get your adjustment, right? I know a lot of people say, gosh, you know, doc, I really want to talk to you. I would like to, you know, just sit and have a chat. Well, the reason that we try to avoid extended consultations when we're making adjustments is real simple, right? Consultations oftentimes evoke stress, they evoke worry, they evoke concern, right? And when we're getting adjusted, that's not the time for that. That's the time for our body to be healing. And if we need to have a consultation to discuss something, to you know, discuss a particular complaint, well, prefer to do that when we're not making an adjustment. Schedule a time where we can sit and have that conversation, so that when you're here for an adjustment, you can get out of gravity, allow your spine to begin relaxing. You've already begun preparing your body by the visualization, by the hydration, by deep breathing, right? We get on the adjustment table, and guess what? Oh, we melt in. And then when I come up and put my hands on your spine, I can feel that you're relaxed and that your body's ready to receive that adjustment, right? Now, for some of us, all the activity in the world on the way to the office still doesn't get us relaxed. Well, the good news is we have some amazing therapists here in our office. And, you know, if you haven't experienced that stairway to heaven yet, well, you need to have an opportunity at that, because when they put their hands on you, they will leave you in a very relaxed state. So if getting relaxed is challenging, definitely take that opportunity to use some of our massage therapists here. They'll help the muscles of your body to melt, literally, so that when you get on the table, receiving your adjustment becomes effortless, easy, right? Now, is that making my job easier? Of course it is. But making my job easier makes your healing faster. And really, isn't that the goal? The goal is to help your body heal, to help your body get optimized, right? Now, when we finish an adjustment, when I've gone through and I've made the adjustments to the various parts of your spine, should your healing end that moment? Definitely not. What you should do is take some time after, right, to stay calm, right? Again, do some deep breathing, right? Maybe even practice some of your exercises, right? Reinforcing that good posture, right? Take some time to get a drink, help to hydrate. Why? Hydration is extraordinarily important for your spine in the process of healing. The discs of our spine are primarily made up of water, right? And after an adjustment is one of the best times to ensure that your body's well hydrated, right? So again, don't be in a rush when you finish your adjustment to just boom, jump back out there into the stressful world. You jump into your car, you pull out into traffic, somebody honks at you, and oh, you're all stressed out again, right? And there goes your adjustment, right? Well, I would prefer you to have time to receive that adjustment and receive that healing, and to let it set in before jumping back out into traffic. And if you do that, right, I promise you the healing process is significantly faster. The people who invest that little bit of extra effort, right, before their adjustment and after their adjustment, the return on that investment is tremendous, right? So where else does that apply in our life? Right? Well, there are corrective exercises that you can do, right? There are a variety of different exercises that we may have you doing. Should you come home from work when you're all stressed out, and just got out of an argument, and then try to do your exercises? Or should you take some time beforehand, calm yourself, do some deep breathing, drink some water, right? Let your body be in a more relaxed state before starting your exercises, right? And then when you finish your exercise, should you jump right back into an argument? Or should you take the time to stay focused and visualizing the correction as it's occurring in your spine, letting your body accept those exercises and adapt them into your spine, right? I think you know the answer, right? The answer is, look, take the extra minutes. Take the extra few minutes before you do your exercise. Take the extra few minutes when you've finished your exercise, and allow your body to increase in its capacity for recovery, right? So when should we get adjusted? When should we do our exercises? Well, Dr. Christian has really hit on that about doing them in a rhythm, right? Why? When you do your exercises and your adjustments in a rhythm, it's easier for your body to begin predicting that, right? When you're doing it with activities before and activities after, it also increases your body's ability to recognize that that's the time for that particular healing, right? So if we're seeing you a couple of times a week or 3 times a week, trying to find a time that you can be very consistent and predictable with for your adjustments. And the same thing applies with your exercises. When you're doing exercises at home, don't just randomly do them. Some days I do them in the morning, some days I do them in the evening. Now, doing that is better than not doing it. But if you really want to get the maximum benefit out of your exercises, be predictable with them. Pick a time and say, you know what, I'm going to do my exercises at this same time consistently so that my body can begin predicting that that's when I do my exercises, right? Now, is the same thing true? Let's go beyond our corrective exercises and let's talk about other aspects of our life, right? Maybe you have noted that if you eat a meal outside of the time that you normally eat it, you might suffer a bit more indigestion. Your body's kind of confused. That's very true, right? Why? Because our body and the digestion, that process occurs in rhythm, right? If we eat breakfast at a consistent time, our body knows to expect that. If we eat lunch at a consistent time, our body knows to expect that. If we eat dinner, same time, again, our body begins predicting those activities ahead of time, making it easier on our body to do those processes. Now, can we implement some of the other things that we've mentioned about an adjustment, about our exercises into those activities? Of course, right? One of the most important things that we can do is to drink water, take some deep breaths, and be in a more relaxed state before we eat, right? Why is that? Well, eating, in terms of the nerve system, we have 2 parts of our nerve system. One is called the sympathetic nerve system, and the other one's called the parasympathetic. Now, sympathetic, right? That's the adrenaline side. That's the fight and flight response, right? And if our body is in fight and flight, guess what's happening with our digestive system? It's shut down, right? So if we're stressed out and then eating, it doesn't really work real well, right? Can cause digestive upset. So getting our body into a calm state, right? Doing some deep breathing, preparing our digestive tract by hydrating it. Get a glass of water and drink some water 15 to 20 minutes before you begin eating. Promise you, it increases your body's ability to digest your food, to absorb the nutrients that you need for your body to be able to heal. Now, they say you are what you eat. Absolutely. You are what you eat. So ensuring that you're putting in high quality foods. High quality foods equals high quality repair, right? It requires less energy for your body to digest high quality foods than it does to digest garbage food. We call garbage food things that are highly processed, things that include ingredients that you can't pronounce. Right? When you look on the ingredient label, just be smart. Look at them and say, I don't recognize those ingredients. Why would I want that in my body? Is that going to help me to heal, or is it going to hinder it? Right? And if you can't pronounce those ingredients, it's probably not benefiting your healing process. Many of them elevate stress. And again, elevating stress is counterproductive to our healing. Right? So, focusing on the foods that we eat, is that the most important thing that we do? No, but it's one of the things that we do that adds up to increasing our repair process, eliminating toxicity, right? Increasing vitality by having healthy food options that are available in our body, doing it in a rhythm, right, where we eat at a consistent time, making sure our body is well prepared for receiving that food by relaxing. Not a great time to eat right after an argument. Not a great time to eat after driving your car and shouting at traffic, right? You have to calm yourself first, right? Get yourself into that parasympathetic balance, right? Where your body is prepared for receiving, right? If we do those things, that combination of things, it's not one, it's a combination, right? It's doing things that help our body to respond in rhythm, doing things that help our body to be more relaxed, right? Doing things that helps our body to predict the physiology that it needs for what's about to occur, right? And as we do that, the more areas of our body that we're doing that in, the more areas of our life that we're doing that in, the easier it becomes for our body to stay on track with healing and repair, right? You may have noted in the past, right, that some injuries heal up very quickly. And then there are other injuries that seem to just drag on forever and ever and ever, right? Well, I'm here to tell you, all of the research points to stress, right? When our stress is elevated and we maintain that elevated stress, not only does it affect our heart, not only does it affect our blood pressure, not only does it affect our cholesterol levels, all these negative things that are occurring, it also affects our healing and our regeneration. So, can we eliminate stress altogether? Well, that's a tough one, right? I know I have children, right? They stress me out all the time, right? But I take time afterwards to create a balance and relax myself, right? I know that the traffic in Canterbury stresses me out. I'm like, wow, what is going on with all these cars and honking their horns and all the craziness? But you know what? When I get to the office, I find that calm space, that zen. I get some water, I drink that, and I do that before I come in to see patients every time. Why? I don't want my stress that happens in my life to transfer to you, right? Because you don't deserve that, right? You deserve me being in my best state, right? Being positive, being uplifting, right? Being there to help you in that process of healing. And doing that to me is a priority, right? Absolute priority. I never allow what's going on out there to affect what's happening in here. And I would encourage you to take on that same process. Don't allow what's happening out there in the stressful world to affect you and your healing. When you come in here, it's a safe place, right? Let that stress go. Enjoy this time, right? Allow your body to be relaxed. Let go of all the stresses in the world, because the time that you're here is precious. Treat that time preciously. Treat the time when you're doing your exercises preciously, right? Treat the time when you're feeding your body, giving it the nutrients that it needs to heal preciously, right? Don't allow the stress contaminate your healing process. And if you do that, look, you want to heal 3 to 5 times faster, implement all of it, right? You want to heal twice as fast, implement half of it, right? But the more that you can implement lowering stress, right? Bringing yourself into that relaxed state, bringing yourself to a place where you know what's happening and the healing that's occurring in your body. You'll begin to listen to your body and to know what it needs, right? I remember when I was a child, right? And I want to see a show of hands. Does anybody remember when you were a child having a craving for a banana, right? Or a craving for an apple or a craving for some type of good food? Come on, show of hands. I'm looking at you. Anybody remember that? Now, tell me this. How many times has that happened in the last decade? Can I see a big zero? It never happens anymore. Do you know why? We have confused our body. Putting in those bad foods for such a prolonged period of time that have all those crazy words included, our body doesn't know where the nutrition comes from anymore. It knew when we were small. And here's the neat part. It can know it again. When you start cleansing your body and getting all those toxic chemicals out of your body and start providing your body with high quality nutrition, you'll start craving the things that you need. You go to the gym, you've just worked out, you've burned out some extra potassium, and you know what? You'll start craving bananas, right? Your body knows what it needs, right? But at the moment, our society at large, our bodies don't know. It doesn't have the right information to give you because of the confusion from all that toxic garbage that we've been eating for years, right? So, what is the takeaway from today? The takeaway is you have the capacity to increase your rate of healing, right? To increase the speed at which your body recovers. But you also have the ability to slow it down to a grind, right? To where it takes nearly forever for your body to recover, right? The way to increase it, lower that stress, right? Increase the amount of rhythm that's going on in your body. Do things in a way that allows your body to predict it, right? Do things in a way that allows you to receive your adjustments and to receive your exercises when your body is as relaxed as it possibly can be, right? That reinforces that low stress life, right? And a low stress life, look, is that good for our ticker? Yeah, right? How many people know someone who's died of a heart attack, right? If you don't know somebody, you know somebody who knows somebody, right? That's preventable, right? How is that preventable? Lowering our stress, right? Simply lowering the stress that we have. I think today it has almost become a rhythm to be stressed, right? Literally, from the moment we wake up and our feet hit the floor, we're programming ourselves to be like this. The good news is it is programming, right? Which means that we can deprogram it. And we deprogram it by making healthy decisions, by making the decision that I'm not going to walk around like this all. I'm going to take time, let my shoulders down, allow my body to heal, right? Allow my adjustments to be more effective, allow my exercises to be more effective, right? And in doing that, I'm telling you, the vitality in your body is going to increase exponentially, right? We see many of our patients coming to see us today, that are coming into us in an absolute crisis, right? And I know many of you have. You came to us just, right? Your body is crying out for help. And through a process of adjusting and deep tissue work and exercises, you begin to see a new level of vitality where what seemed like, I'm never going to be able to get back to my life, right? Now becomes, hey, it's almost there. I can see it coming, right? Had a young lady in today, 92 years old, right? She goes out and walks 5+ miles, 3 or 4 times a week, right? When she came into us, she had the walker, right? Now, if a person at that age can recover their health and vitality, any of us can. Any of us at any age. Myself, when I was in my 20s, my spine was a wreck, right? I had advanced degeneration occurring not only in my neck, but in my lower back, right? I had arthritic spurs throughout my knees. And now here I am in my 50s, and my knees have never been better, right? My neck has never been better. My lower back has never been better. So I know that reversing degeneration is possible. Is it work? Yes. But is it worth it? Absolutely. We have the rest of our life to look forward to vitality, being able to enjoy time with our families, our friends, right? Or we can look forward to filling our body with pills, right? And I hope none of you are looking forward to filling your body with pills. We've got our big drug jug here. I'd rather you fill that, right? Get off of those drugs so that your body can be healthier and more vital, right? So on a closing note, I just want to share one last thought with you before we wrap up for tonight. How many people do you know that are walking around in their lives just totally filled with stress, right? Filled with stress, and they're just literally waiting for that crisis to occur. It's almost like they're driving their car and the oil light is on, but they've put some tape over it to ignore it, right? Now, how many of you would do that? Would just cover up the oil light with tape and forget about it, right? How many of you would just clip the wire so it doesn't annoy you anymore, right? Well, I hope none of you would, right? The truth is, listening to our body signs, listening to those things is incredibly important. But it's also important for us to know that we can trust that information, right? And today, food toxicities, things like that, has created that confusion where we don't even get, warnings that we need a banana, right? But if we clean up our body, get it healthier, do the activities to reduce stress, to increase our healing, to increase the rate at which we heal, all of those things are possible. And the warning signs that come to us will be much earlier, rather than, what we see happening today, where a person's first warning sign is their last, right? We don't need to see that, right? We need to see people getting healthier, getting more relaxed, reducing stress, increasing their vitality, and living longer, right? So until next time, I am Dr. Pat. Thank you very much for tuning in. This is Body Well Group with an adjustment for life, and we'll see you for your next adjustment. Take care.